Well, it had been about a month, and it was time to finally have the memorial service at Staples Center for not only Kobe Bryant, but for his daughter Gianna Bryant and the rest of the people who passed away in the tragic helicopter crash approximately a month ago. That fateful Sunday, a foggy Sunday out in California. It was just a collection of pretty much anybody you could think of. Michael Jordan, Shaq, all sorts of celebrities that knew Kobe and wanted to attend, and also lots and lots of members of the NBA family. Many people spoke, and just a couple things and kind of highlights of the day. It's just really a day of remembrance. I mean, yes, it's sad. I guess with time as it goes by, we have a better time dealing with it, processing it, but for so many people, they lost daughters, they lost sisters, they lost, parents, people lost so many things that day. And again, we talk about it because it's Kobe Bryant, but it's just such a tragic thing. But there was some levity to the day and to the moment. Again, Monday, Staples Center, during the day, because a lot of the NBA players had to play that evening, and there was even a game there at Staples Center for the Clippers that night. So, Shaq got up there, and he's spoken a couple times since Kobe's passed, and it's, the public perception is that they didn't get along, they didn't like each other, and it's, part of that's true, and they went their separate ways, and, Shaq left LA, and he moved on, but they did amazing things. They're the last team, in NBA history to three-peat, and they were an unbelievable duo. And he said something that really kind of personified Kobe as a player. Some guys were saying, Shaq, can you talk to your boy Kobe? I want the ball. I want him to pass. He's shooting too much. He's not passing enough. He says, all right, I got you. I'll talk to him. Say, Kobe, I just want to let you know, the guys know that there's no I in team. He says, yeah, but there is me, M-E, and that bleepity bleeping. So, that's just his mentality, and that's how he thought and how hard he worked all the time. And, you have Jordan speaking out, Michael Jordan speaking out, and, then it got to Kobe's wife, Vanessa, and she spoke. Not really sure how she got up and did that, emotional and crying, but trying to keep it together in front of a packed house, speaking about not only Kobe Bryant, her late husband, but also her late daughter, 13-year-old. And there were 3 13-year-olds who were lost in this crash, and that's really the thing. That's the tragic thing. And I said this when it happened, I'll say it again. There's nothing more important to me than my family, my kids, my wife. It's what life is all about. For me, everyone has their purpose and what their, what fills their life and puts a smile on their face. And nothing puts a bigger smile on my face than, all of my kids, but right now my 1-year-old who's running around the house and, wakes up approximately at the same time that I get home, and I'm going to go spend time with him for a couple hours before I go to sleep. And that's what brightens my day. So I can't even imagine the feeling of Vanessa Bryant having lost not only her husband but her 13-year-old daughter. So, again, there was some light, kind of, levity. There were some light moments in all of this. Some moments where people laughed. Jordan's, the famous Michael Jordan crying meme. It's, it's all over the place. And listen, he didn't hold back. He cried through his whole speech, and he said, now Kobe got me again crying in public. That's going to turn this into a new meme. So, they tried to bring some lighthearted, stories and emotion to this in such a sad moment. Now, Staples Center, of course, packed. There are all sorts of media members, fans, celebrities, athletes, all sorts of people there. And one of the other ways that they could commemorate them and remember them and honor them was not only was this memorial on February 24th, which is 2/24, and of course Gianna Bryant's number was 2, jersey number, and Kobe, one of Kobe's numbers, 24, also wore number 8. But also what they did was they put a rose for every point that he ever scored in his career in the regular season of 33,634. So they circled and around the entire circumference of Staples Center with a rose for every single point that he scored in his NBA career. So, we've changed the All-Star Game MVP award to the Kobe Bryant Award, and they've tried to honor him and his daughter and his family in every way possible. And I think another positive thing, if there is such a thing that can be brought from this, is even though she was only 13, and yes, when you are the daughter of a celebrity or a famous athlete, you can enact more change with your platform, again, even at 13. And I think that Gianna Bryant brought some light and the focus and the spotlight to, youth sports, but also women in sports. And I think that that's something that's going to carry on. That's why Diana Taurasi spoke, and excuse me, just big name players and throughout the women's game. So just a big moment, that was, again, if you could bring any positives out of it, it's those small little, glimmers of hope that you could find. I'm Dave Ettinger of CBS Sports Radio. This is the Dave Talk Sports podcast on the Dave Talk Sports YouTube channel. We'll get back to sports tomorrow. Just a moment to talk about and honor Kobe and his daughter and the other families that were lost, one more time. And tomorrow, I know it's already in the rearview mirror, but with Deontay Wilder saying some crazy stuff, basically making excuse after excuse after excuse for why he got outclassed and outworked in the boxing ring by Tyson Fury, we break that down and more tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. As of now, it's 50 degrees at 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the New York area on a Tuesday morning. What winter?